Come on, push.
Man, I need a coffee.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maximum frothability coming right up. Man, it's so hot. Let's get out there.
Here, have some water.
That surf is sick. Let's get something to refuel. We're on for tomorrow.
Mind, calm, engaged. Intelligence and technology. Surfing information. Powerful information.
Swellians, your favourite surf quiz show is back, and it's back in a big way. This is BONSOY BRAINZO. Back by popular demand, and this is going to be a lot of fun, an opportunity for you to really test the girth of your surfing knowledge, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've missed it, Vaughano. It's good to be back.
It is good to be back, and it's good to be back just in time for the BONSOY Pipe Comp at the BONSOY Pipeline with our new sponsors, BONSOY. Get that froth up, yeah.
Mate, BONSOY, big supporters of the sport, big backers of emerging talent, and now our title partners.
How good is that?
For BRAINZO.
So stoked. And I mean, I know they've got the magic nutrients and the fantastic ingredients in their products, Ron. Shameless plug. Let's get into this kombucha.
I'm going to have the sparkling coconut water myself.
See, it's frothy here.
Mate, we're fizzing. Oh, geez, that's good.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate. Great to see you.
You too. How you feeling about the year, dog?
I'm feeling fantastic, mate. I mean, the event window for the pipe has started. The first event of the season. So much news to talk about. I know you've been covering it on 8 That's Swell. But, you know, we're going to have some interesting topical quiz shows based around what's happening with the World Tour this year. And we're going to kick it off with a pipe special.
Yeah, how good. Big story, obviously, Medina out for maybe not the year, but kind of looking like a big chunk of it. John sort of pulling the plug, but then throwing his hat back in the ring for the BONSOY Pipe Comp. And Goat making a reappearance, and that's to say nothing of, just how exciting the women's tour is. When I first heard that Gabe was done and then John pulled the plug, I was like, I was just so looking forward to that big heavyweight battle finally playing out. But you know what? There is so many top-line world title contenders and opportunity, mate. Like, once those guys aren't there, like, who's going to step up? Who's going to show what they're made of? And, we got a couple of world title winners already in the mix. Italo surfed incredible last year, got so close. Felipe back. What will he bring? But it kind of is do or die now or never for your Jacks, your Ethans, your Griffins. You feel like they've got world titles in them, but as we've seen with world champions, they're so greedy. They are so greedy, dog. They just don't let other people get a sniff.
Nah, for sure.
So, who will step up? Let's see. But it all starts at pipe, and still sort of trips me out a little bit that we start at pipe. I think I prefer pipe at the end deciding world champions rather than sort of kicking off the season. But on the plus side, it's a really good excuse for everyone to just get out there fresh as and send it deluxe. Like, there's no excuse. If you're feeling good, you've had a good off-season, your boards are dialed in, you should be hitting pipeline regardless of what it dishes up, surfing 100%.
Yeah, I feel like, it's an interesting one. Throws the rookies into the fire, having pipe the first stop. I just think, we just got used to the schedule. Obviously, just grew up with it, watching the events just absolutely climax in thumping conditions at pipe, epic world title showdown. So it's sort of hard to see it any other way. But it's been amazing. There's been some exciting years. Last year was unbelievable. It definitely just brings the tour to life with a bang.
It does. It does. Lots to look forward to in 2025. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So the deal with BRAINZO, it's pretty simple. We're going to throw 20 questions at you in each show. We'll give you about 5 seconds to come up with an answer. and then we'll hit you with it. Vaughan, you're going to have a crack at answering some of the questions as well. That'll no doubt kickstart some good yarns, some good little anecdotes along the way.
Yeah,
you got one of the most throbbing surf brains that I've ever come across, and you're still jamming it in.
Yeah. Look, if I know I'm right, I'll have a crack. If I think I'm wrong, then I'll just let other people make fools of themselves, dog. That's how I usually like to work.
Beautiful.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, it'll be
the
fun.
BONSOY BRAINZO 2025 opening hooter. Woot!
Yeah, let's get it done. So focusing on the Pipe Masters, now the Pipe Pro. What a shame that is. They've got to get that title back because it's been such a great moniker for those people. They become immortal once you're a Pipe Master.
Well, I'll tell you who isn't upset, and that's Barton Lynch, because for all those years that they were saying, here are our Pipe Masters champions, and he won one of the all-time comps out there, and doesn't really get remembered as it should. But now that it's the Pipe Pro, he gets his place amongst the greats. So let's rip in.
All right, question 1. The 2024 Pipe Comp will forever be remembered as a game changer for women's surfing. Who were the 2 finalists?
This one I will have a crack at, Ron, because I remember it clearly. Katie Simmers and Molly Picklum. What an event. What a heat. Just incredible stuff. And I think, Betty Lou Sakura Johnson can get a big doff of the cap for that one as well. But, it was the big game changer. It heralded in a new era for women's professional surfing. It really validated the women's place in the lineup at Pipe, and of course the famous quote from Katie, Pipelines for the frickin' girls or something like that, whatever she said. But insane,
Family show, mate.
Good stuff. Yay!
You got that right, Vaughano. So hopefully everyone out there playing got it right too. Monumental shift for women, and a huge, I think, just a rival of the next generation. Obviously, the tour has been dominated by a select group for a long period of time, and that was really kind of the first time you went, whoa. Like, I don't know if those multiple world champs can match it in waves like this with these kids.
And it's a good little wake-up call for the men's side too, with big names missing from their side of the draw. Look what happens if you kick down that door. It's good stuff.
Time to fire up. So we didn't really let everyone know what they're playing for. Basically, you make up the stakes for BRAINZO. So you decide what you want to play for. Play with mates, play with your family, play with your strangers. It really doesn't matter, but just have a bit of fun with it and just test out your surfing knowledge. Question 2. Baron Mamiya won the men's event last year. Who was runner-up in the final?
Was it the Italian stallion Leonardo Fioravanti?
Yes.
What have I done?
Oh, mate. Not often you get it wrong.
Shit.
But hey, it's been a very active, silly season for you, Vaughan.
it has.
So not surprised that you kind of got your years mixed up there. There was John Florence, mate.
Oh my God!
Baron Mamiya got the win over a guy that he's aspired to surf like and take on out there, and got it done in the final with a 10-point ride. No less.
Oh, that's right. Mad glitchy one.
Yeah.
Psycho. How did I get that wrong?
Oh. Good. You're human, mate.
Oh dear.
Question 3. How many times has John won the CT event at Pipe?
I can't guess this one. I'm going to say once.
Once would be
Yes.
correct. Yeah, it kind of it's a bit baffling, really, but he's had plenty of success out there away from CT competition.
Yeah, pretty wild. His brother Nate just got a win at Pipe, and I think that sort of sets up, John to come into this event with something to surf for, more so than usual. I mean, he always wants to win at Pipe. It's dead set right in front of their house. They stare into the maw of that thing every time they walk into the front yard to hose the garden, so to speak. But yeah, I don't know. I reckon John will. It's hard to imagine him not going into his year off without some moment of glory out there. And I don't know what the forecast is actually looking like for this pipe event. I had a bit of a look at it, kind of it's a bit here and there, but yeah, are you holding your nose and blowing the smell away?
Yeah.
But look, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it done. And history kind of looks kindly on winners of the Pipe Masters. Like once your name's in that list, you don't really get called out for having a bad year or a good year. And there were plenty, like the most famous pipe event that went down out there, a lot of them, where there were world titles on the line and stuff, were held in pretty ordinary conditions. So, yeah, amazing though. That is so shocking for how comfortable he is in that water. And that lineup is a life threatener and a life taker.
Yeah, well, one win, but a couple of seconds, memorable performances for sure. But that Vulcan Pipe Pro event that they used to have, he won that 4 times. But yeah, he's a gun. He's going to be a major threat in that draw. All the free surfing footage I've seen from Hawaii this year of John has been on another level, especially when it was really big. Yeah. He's the best there.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He's the best. He's the best.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you got that one right, mate. Well done.
Yes.
Question 4.
I'm back.
Who won the first ever women's CT event at Pipe?
Would that be the queen of pipeline, Moana Jones-Wong? Yes.
Yeah, got it right, Vaughno. Well done. And, it's always impressive when someone, makes their name just with their commitment to a location, but then gets it done with the jersey on. I think that's what John was kind of struggling to achieve, and Moana got it done pretty early. And also to overcome that field as a wild card is ridiculous.
True. All the more impressive considering that she was probably the favourite going into it. Like, how many rookies go into an event against the world's best surfers?
Oh, wild cards.
Yeah. Wild card, not even a rookie, not on tour yet. Incredible performance, and she is and remains the queen of pipeline for a long time to come. Like, what we saw, the women do last year was really impressive, but you look at the free surfs. I mean, Moana's had a couple of wave of the winter contenders, so she's still in another league.
Even making comparisons to the game-changing performances we saw from Molly, Katie, Betty Lou last year, looking at their best waves out there, which happened in the pipe event last year, and then thinking about what Moana has done. Her best wave at Pipeline is so beyond it. Yeah. It's next level.
It is.
If Molly's wave was a 10, then Moana's best wave out there is 50 points.
True that.
Mind blower. All right. Question 5. In the iconic 1987 Hollywood flick North Shore, who pulled Rick Kane's leg rope or leash in the final of the Pipe Masters?
That was none other than Mr. Protein Shake himself, Laird Hamilton, a.k.a. Lance Burkhart.
Yeah, we'll accept either Lance Burkhart or Laird Hamilton as a correct answer there. What a great movie. I mean,
timeless. I mean, in the if you were to list the greatest Hollywood surf films ever made, probably go Surf's Up, then North Shore. Maybe Blue Crush in there somewhere, depending on what how old you were and where you were at when you saw it. But if you're an old dinosaur like we are, just crusty old dinosaurs, just having to drink 38 litres of BONSOY a day to keep the bones from cracking. I think you'd admit that North Shore was just one of those things that you couldn't believe when you first saw it. Just so stoked, and even the mix of blending the reality with the fantasy of having Occy play himself, getting in the hot tub. Gold, Ron. Gold.
Robbie Page in there, of course.
Yeah, and there was a real life Burkhart.
Yeah. Burkhart.
Is that the next question or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Question 6. Name one Australian who has won the Pipe CT in the WSL era.
I'm going to say Jack Robinson.
correct.
Is he the only one?
He's the only one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So since the ASP converted over to the WSL, there's been one Australian winner at Pipeline.
That's right.
Boys, come on. Fingers out. Fingers out.
Yeah, but really deserving, and kind of, got it done in marginal pipe conditions, which is cool. Or, I always feel like it sort of saves the reputation of the event when like a true pipe performer can still figure it out, even when it's sort of the advantage is lost and it's more of an even playing field. And hopefully someone can do that this year.
Yeah, there's no sort of rando name in that list, is there? Like, if you think back to some of the smaller ones, B. Durbo, I think he got
It done on turns.
A pipe victory on turns, and before that, Robbie Page won a pretty famously small pipe, but both those guys absolutely sent it out there. So, yeah, they don't look out of place on the winners list.
Yeah, there was a couple of finals days that were kind of marginal as well. I think the year Taj won. He did an alley-oop in the final against Kelly. And also Adriano's year was kind of small, but they had moments earlier in the window where they kind of validated their performances or validated their title with strong performances over big pipe specialists. So there's no easy way to get it done, Vaughan.
No, there isn't. Doff of the cap to all who get it done out there.
Yeah. Question 7.
Pipeline picks a winner.
Who is Mr. Pipeline?
Would that be Goda from the Fringe Dwellers? Or, it has to be Jerry Lopez, surely.
Jerry Lopez. Yeah. There's only one. Just the style, VD. Take us through it.
Yeah, hard to really articulate what separates Jerry. I think the main thing is that grace in the middle of the carnage and the explosions and the power. Pipeline, I think for most people, it's a hang-on, white-knuckled ride from start to finish. And Jerry Lopez made it look like a cakewalk, whatever that means. I've never walked on cake myself. I don't know how easy it is, but his famous line was, "It's a cakewalk when you know how," and he just had the entry point. He knew how to come around from deep, find the deepest section, draw the perfect line, and none of it ever looked forced or fearful. And yeah, you look at it now, and that surfing is as timeless and in the moment. I mean, it is borderline Zen, flow state, spiritual stuff. Even though he was mostly cooking the living daylights out of people to get whatever wave he wanted, which he admitted to us on a podcast. But that's what it is. It's the grace. And he's just, that does come down to having a relationship with the wave that no one else has. So I think you'll still find Jerry at the top of most elite surfers. I would be so surprised if there's one person on tour who has not done a little bit of time watching and just analysing the Lopez line out there.
For sure. And just to hold on to that title of being Mr. Pipeline all these years. Obviously, Kelly, what's he chasing? An 8th?
Yeah.
An 8th pipe victory this year. Jerry got 2, but he's still just the first person who you think of. It was an easy question for you.
It was. Thank you. Yeah, I'm old. Jerry's old. To all the grommets out there who are listening, hope you got close to that one. They probably threw John out, actually, which I'll give a half point to.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Or Jamie O'Brien.
Question 8. Who was the first Brazilian pipe master?
That is tough, man. That's tough. Is it Adriano de Souza?
It is Adriano.
Yes.
You got it right. Yeah.
What
Just
a year.
Big year. I mean, to get it done. Everyone remembers it. The title showdown with Fanning. It was only, I think Mick had a slight lead. He was like a heat ahead of Adriano. There was nothing in it. And, Adriano got the title. I think Mick got bundled out in the
semis against Medina. With a little, Medina, he got barreled at the start of the heat. Not to get into the sour grapes, but I'm going to suck on him for a second. And Medina did a little throwaway. Yeah, I always thought he needed a 7 because I called out the head judge, Richie Porter, at a live show one year. I was like, what were you thinking, man? Just an air rev into the flats and he gets the score with a layback as well, patting the dog, the whole thing. And he was like, mate, he only needed a low 5. And I was like, you watch it back, you're like, maybe at the time, you know, it's aged poorly. But Mick had that heat the day before against John and Kelly. Under insane duress, you know, losing his brother Pete in that sort of window of time. And, yeah, it just felt like such a pin in the balloon for Aussie hopes. But there was just no denying Adriano de Souza. He went over there. He got Jamie was it Jamie? Yeah. Jamie O'Brien to coach him into the wave and really give him the knowledge that he needed to go into that world title showdown. And, mate, it was just so cool at the end. You know, it was something you could get behind when he was crying his eyes out and talking about his brother shouting him an $8 surfboard when he first started. And, yeah, and then next day, Goat drops the first images of the goat pool in Lemoore and no one talked about ADS, his pipe master, or his world title ever again, except in Brazil.
Not true. So Adriano's back on tour. He's been doing some coaching Leonardo Fioravanti, and now he's coaching Tatiana this year.
Sweet.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Susie, when he was on tour, he was such a polarising character. Surf fans, particularly in Australia, without, you know, at the very start of the Brazilian Storm, just weren't copping Susie at all. But I think through his sort of friendship with Mick and a couple of those, you know, absolute legends, he was able to kind of like get the acceptance that he deserved because he worked harder than anyone. And, yeah, he did a wonderful job. And like to win a pipe masters as well as a world title, same day, insane.
Yeah.
Big achievement.
Yeah, he didn't hold back at all. If he got a big name, he pushed them. Like I remember him paddling CJ Hobgood up the reef at restaurants, and just CJ was just barking at him, and he didn't back down. No. And it wasn't like there was a storm of Brazilian surfers on tour with him. He was kind of like a loner. So, you know, he was unapologetic. He had to obviously wear all the criticism and sort of get the stink eye from other people, like around the tour. But he got the job done.
Yeah.
World champ.
And he got it done before Medina, which no one really saw coming. Good stuff, Susie.
All right. Question 9, multiple choice.
Here we go.
One. In the late 80s and early 90s, the pipe trophy was A, a pair of bonsoi socks, B, a samurai helmet, C, a yoga mat from under Jerry Lopez's house, or D, a fire pit made from scrap metal and welded together by our dad, Alfie Blakey. Ooh. You should get this one right.
It was a samurai helmet, and I don't know how culturally appropriate that is in this day and age, but let me tell you, when you were a grommet, growing up in those sort of late 80s, early 90s, and you saw Tom Carroll put that thing on, mate, it was, along with bells, that was it. They were the two trophies. Nothing came close, and I'm a bit sad that it's not there. It was because it was a Japanese company that sponsored the contest. It was Marui, I think.
The Marui Pro.
Yeah, Marui Pro. And, yeah, they did it for a good 5-6 years. Robbie Page has got one. I think, from memory, when Derek Ho won the world title and the pipe comp, it was done. I think Slater might have the last samurai helmet.
Right. They are spectacular.
They're incredible.
I just thought all those guys, and, you know, you get that pipe master title, but you just look like a god with that helmet on.
And, like,
bring it back.
How is that for similarly? Like, it's not a ninja. It's not like you got like a little ninja mask to pull on. It's not like a nimble thing. Like, you are a warrior going into the thick heat of battle. Iconic. It'll never get... Like, Bells is the only thing close, and now it's the only thing left. I don't think there's a trophy that has the same swag.
No, and the trophies are pretty sick now. They're the boards. I think it's Phil Roberts does the artwork on the boards. There's been some amazing murals of Jerry Lopez on there. But no, the helmet. I'm sure we can get the image up. Yeah, you got it right. Well done. Question 10.
How good are these sound effects?
How old was John when he competed in his first Pipe Masters as a wild card?
I don't remember the year, but I remember how old he was. He was 13 years old. If I take myself back to when I was 13, not a hair in sight. Terrified of everything.
Yeah.
Basically paddling out for the first, my first ever real surfs. And here's this prodigy, not just surfing in pipe. He surfed Sunset, like 13, paddling out there on a big swell, crazy, and Haleiwa. So youngest ever competitor on the Triple Crown, but imagine standing on the beach at Pipe. Like, he was riding waves on Kelly Slater's back only like a few years before that.
Crazy too, just how little he looked in the jerseys. I remember it was like just triple knotted up.
Yeah.
They didn't think to make him his own jersey, so he just was swimming in the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, it looked like he was wearing a circus tent when he paddled down the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. And he was going to go on to become the Prince of Pipeline. But he put in a show, didn't he? I kind of vaguely remember he had a crack. It was quite friendly. Maybe.
He definitely got some scores, but I don't know how much damage he did in the draw. But Vaughno, just thinking about child prodigies, especially kind of ones that have been anointed at that really early age, to fulfill that destiny, to get to those world titles, remarkable. I mean,
So hard.
is he the next sort of best prodigy since Slater? Like, Slater was, obviously touted at a really young age as well.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, he's the one who fulfilled the promise. There was some incredible surfers in the wake of Slater. The Cooley kids, 2/3 of them properly hit peak expectation, delivered on it. And no disrespect to Dingo, because he got it done. He won a CT. He was on tour for years, but when those three came through, it was like, these three are going to win world titles for years to come. Mick and Joel got it done, and then post that, probably John, and then the Medina thing you could see coming from a little ways out too. Right now, it's about Erin Brooks. Like, she's the new Tiger Woods. She's the new Kelly. Which seems so weird to say when we were saying that about Katie 12 months ago. So, trippy times. Yeah, mad.
Yeah, well, Katie, if Katie didn't get the world title, I think we'd still be talking about her potential, but she's got it done in a couple of years. So, just remarkable. But, yeah, Erin's going to be incredible to watch. But, yeah, I think John for me, just we were working in the surf mags. You were getting so many images of the Florence brothers, kind of the circles that they moved in. They were just always in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And John's going to step away from it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think just on that, we could be in for the best surfing ever done, ever, in Wild Ocean this year from those two brothers. Like that, three brothers. If we see the three of those guys just get the Parallel C, and the movie that's going to come in on the back of it is just going to be outrageous, dog. And I love it that we've got a healthy tour cracking away and also healthy free surfing. I don't think you have to compare the two. Kind of drives me a bit bonkers when people like go, that's not surfing with me, and they just sort of like have to choose one or the other. I'm like, mate, it's all surfing. It's all good stuff. Like, why not have a sport that we can get in behind and give us those thrilling moments? And why not have the kind of surfing that John and Nate Floss are capable of when they get into surf that not many, like a tiny little percentage of people would even have a crack at. That's my view.
I reckon the decision for John was just so easy once Medina was injured. Because even after he got the world title, his third world title at the finals last year, it didn't take him long to mention Medina.
Nah.
He just said, I'm so glad to have three with Medina.
That's it.
And it's going down a treat. But
My go-to coffee order, coffee, coconut oil, and lots of BONSOY. Thank you.
Walking. I'm walking, you're walking. We're walking. Yeah.
Thank you. Same time tomorrow.
yeah,
This is
I
the
think
kombucha, by the way.
he's just going, you know what? if Medina's having a year off, he's not getting a 4. I'll do the same. And when he's fully fit and if he commits to next year, then I'll come back too. But you're right. We're going to enjoy seeing what he can do away from the tour.
Give myself a little green.
Go on.
There you go.
Bang.
Feeling good. How are we going?
You're tracking pretty well.
BONSOY BRAINZO, I'm on fire, mate.
Yeah, only one incorrect answer and maybe just maybe you failed to attempt one as well.
True.
All right, so question 11. Which former pipe champs and multiple world champions have their own official day in Hawaii?
I know this one too, Doggy. That would be the great AI, multiple pipe winner, multiple world champ, and the great Carissa Moore, who was given a day. What other dates do you know?
Andy's is February 13 and Carissa's is January 4. So
Mate,
just gone.
Can we get on board with this? Like, imagine, National Steph Gilmore Day, National Lane Beachley Day, National Glen Micro Hall Day. Surely he's worthy. National Wayne Seacombe Day. U Minor, just in U Minor. Just let the mayor have a National Seco Day.
Seco's Nora Head.
Oh, he is too. Okay.
But, Dave Nelson's from U Minor.
Yeah, we'll give Dave
National
Nelson.
Dave Nelson Day.
National-
I think Dave Nelson celebrates every day like it's National Dave Nelson Day.
He does. Anyone else we can throw a day at?
Oh, mate. Well, Tom Carroll. That's one for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Easy. But yeah, what a terrific way to honour your sporting champion.
So cool.
Love it. Tick. Question 12. Kelly Slater will be how old when he competes in this year's Pipe Pro? Really old.
Ooh, I'm going to have a crack because...
You know the answer.
do I?
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Was he 50 when he won that last one?
You know his birthday. Come on.
Well, I know it's February 11th, is it? Pretty sure it is. Shares it with Geordie Smith. Is he 52?
Yes. Yep, got it done. Amazing. I still just have fresh in my mind, and probably because I've seen some of the highlights playing on the gram in the lead up to this event window kicking off, but Slater's victory at Pipe a couple of years back, I think it's one of the greatest surf events I've ever watched. I wasn't over there for that one, but just tuned in and just couldn't help but sort of get goosebumps and tear up a little bit. He was just so emotional. It was nice.
Surf was pumping. It is one of the great contest victories of all time. A funny thing that you should do is get a photo of Kelly Slater, get a photo of the Golden Girls cast, remember that old TV show, and just put them side by side right now, because the Golden Girls in that show were 51, 52, and it's just a unusual comparison that you can make for a bit of a giggle, because, like in that show, they are kind of painted to be senior citizens.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Kelly's, winning comps at Pipe against the kid that he held as a baby in the final, and Seth Moniz. So, yeah, the world's getting younger. People are definitely looking after themselves better and, committing to sort of longevity in ways that, I don't know, just, I guess, they equate to just a long, healthy, good surfing life. No one does it better than the GOAT. Yeah. No one.
I was always a Blanche man.
You were a Blanche man, weren't you?
Yeah, I love Blanche.
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah.
Oh, I know why.
Oh.
Well, she was a redhead.
What was the tall one's name? You had a thing for her.
Dorothy. Actually,
Dorothy.
No, I like Ma Estelle.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what her name was.
Betty.
Sophia. That was her name.
Oh, Sophie.
Oh,
yeah.
Betty White.
Yeah,
Classic.
Betty White.
Yeah. Anyway.
Good stuff. Anyway, 52 years of age. Good luck to Kelly. It's going to be challenging with the forecast that they have, but hopefully he can put it together.
Yeah.
You know he's going to kind of pop up at different stages. He's deserving of more wildcard opportunities, and the story of him taking on the newcomers to the tour is, I don't know, it's just mouth-watering.
Every time he's in an event, you're going to watch it.
Yeah.
You're going to watch it.
The surfing world's tuned in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bring it on. But definitely like to see him get on a bit of a run there.
Yeah. And like
Sure.
Blanche, he's lost none of his sex appeal at all.
All right, question 13. Name the Canadian rookie surfing in their first CT at this pipe event.
Can I give you a... Didn't Erin Brooks win a CT last year at Cloudbreak?
She did.
Yeah.
Her first pipe event.
Oh, her first pipe CT.
Yeah.
So it's Erin Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
I
minus one,
might
right?
have worded that incorrectly. But yeah,
No.
surfing her first pipe CT.
No, I knew that's what you meant, but I had to pounce because,
Yeah.
you know, you are the quiz master, and if you're getting it wrong, -1, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, Erin Brooks, looking forward to it. Oh my, like her surfing has just been electric. Through the winter, we were talking about John Florence's free surfing highlights in the lead up to this first event. Amazing. But Erin, every image I've seen of her surfing Rockies and just anywhere she's been tackling, the shots have been incredible. Just so dynamic, amazing power for her size. The output's incredible, and expecting a good push at pipe.
She's coming off a pipe win. She just took down a whole bunch of free surfers and invitees at the Vans Pipe Invitational Masters. Is that, yeah, the Vans Pipe Masters. So, you know, you would have seen the wave that she got out there. She didn't have to make it. Just fully sent it on the
Oh, my
biggest,
goodness.
thickest, girthiest closeout. Such a terrifying prospect for everyone. I love just sort of the anticipation of seeing what she's going to do, not just in this event, but all year. It's good stuff. Go Canada. What, Canada via Texas via Maui? That's
Yeah.
kind of the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Something like that. So, yeah, good to see another country getting represented, the flag flying. Like, it buzzes me. The
Yeah.
big maple leaf, mate. It
she-
actually makes me want to eat pancakes covered in maple syrup.
With bacon.
Yeah, with bacon.
Yeah, 17 years of age, Vaughnie. And
You all right there, Ron?
17 years of age and
Yeah.
just on this crazy, like, just confidence building, winning run as she ramps up to the CT. I know she was heartbroken to miss Olympic qualification.
Yeah.
But really, that's kind of been the only setback. Everything else has just, like, been just
Yeah.
this crazy forward push. So, I mean, the surfing's there. The confidence is just out of this world. And I just think the speed is noticeably different.
Yeah,
When Erin takes
I
off on
think
a
the
wave.
line as well. Katie Simmers just released a really cool video with some like insane surfing, to sort of like point out the differences that I was seeing. Like Katie's flow, like her sort of down the line reaction to a wave reminds me a lot of Dane. That's always the comparison with Katie, not just in attitude, but she sort of just responds to what's in front of her. Erin is just vertical. Like everything is coming from around the pocket, straight up the face, tail blow. It's a little more like, it's kind of got a little more traditional aspect to it, but she's so fast and so hungry to attack. And there's just that slight difference in the two approaches. Katie kind of does look like she's cruising even when she's ripping. So such a cool dynamic to watch play out this year. I'm frothing on that.
Yeah. Katie Simmers does just incredibly well to appear to be free surfing in a jersey.
That's it.
And Erin Brooks ticks every box in the criteria. She's
Exactly.
you know, definitely worked hard to get to that point where every time she hits the section, it's done with purpose, it's critical, it's executed with speed. And, yeah, I think, you know, Katie Simmers might be the only one to kind of throw just a silky smooth roundhouse cut back at us at Trestles
Yeah.
on finals day, whereas, you know, I don't think Erin's going to do that.
No.
I think Erin's going to, like, really attack the pocket of the wave.
True.
So, fun to watch. Question 14. How many goofy footers will be representing Australia, not in just the pipe event, but on the tour this year?
men's and women's?
Men's and women's.
Goofy footers.
Goofs.
Right foot forward.
Right foot forward. Leash typically
On the left
on
foot.
the left foot. Except if you Gil Hermie Hurdy,
True.
who wore his leg rope on his front
Who
foot.
is an Australian
Who is an Australian.
or a woman, as far as we know. This cannot be right. It can't be right. Is there one?
That would be correct.
There's one, isn't there?
I mean,
That's one Aussie goofy footer.
one Aussie goof.
Oh my goodness. Is Ockie like rolling around at night going, what? He must not be
Yeah.
able to sleep.
Yeah. And Aussie goofs had really great success in CT events at Pipe. You mentioned Barton Lynch earlier. Robbie Page, Tom Carroll,
Larry Blair.
Larry Blair with a couple of Pipe Masters titles, Mick Lowe, Shane Werner.
Pipe finalists, yeah. Oh my goodness, this is heavy.
Who else?
What's
There's
going
so
on with
many.
the goofs?
Long list. And then on the women's side, there's not even a goof on the women's tour this year.
Whoa.
An Aussie goofy footer. So Ryan
Who have we
Callanan
got coming up?
waving the flag.
Who have we got coming up? There's a few goofs, like Charlie Hartley from up there, up the coast. I think Rosie Smart from
Yep.
Coffs.
Who
There's
just
a
got
few.
semied in the World Juniors.
Willow Hardy, she rips. Excuse me if I can't remember a few more, but no one on tour.
Yeah. There is actually a number
Jarvis
of...
Earl,
Yeah, Jarvis Earl.
he's on the come up.
Yep. Big
Man, we need some goofs. Can we just claim Connor O'Leary?
Connor's representing Japan, but
He's ours
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll take Connor.
that's heavy.
Anyway, all the best to them. Ryan Callanan.
All the best to all one of them.
Yeah. Ryan Callanan's got a new sponsor
Yeah,
too.
Revere.
Yeah, getting picked up by
Nice
his
work.
old mate Jules.
That's good.
Getting a bit of equity in the brand, huh?
I think they surfed the final of the Ray Richards Remora. No, it was a Surfest
Surfest.
final,
Yeah,
and it was
they-
pumping, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had a draw
They had a draw
in the final.
That's cool. Mad.
Jules got it on the count back. All right, question 15. The 2020 Maui Pro was completed at Pipeline. Who won the event and why was it moved to Pipe?
I know why it was moved. It was moved because of a shark attack, sadly. There it is. And, oh gosh, I can't remember who won it.
Yeah, that was hectic.
That's
Morning
heavy.
before the event kicked off, local just going for a paddle before the contest started.
Were you there?
I wasn't there that year, no.
Nah.
And yeah, he kind of entered via the bottom of the bay, sort of just inside the end section. There's a bay where boats moor and people go snorkeling and stuff, and yeah, he got stitched up there.
They moved, yeah. Well, they had to move, and that started the conversation about women at Pipe. I think Jesse Miley Dyer made the call to shift it over there with the support of the women, and all of a sudden, this idea that women deserve to be at Pipeline was basically just handed to them in the moment, and it was, are we on or are we off? And from all reports, it was a kind of a little. It wasn't just all in. There was a lot of conjecture over, are we ready? Like we haven't had enough free surfs out there. All the things that are legitimate fears, but they got over there and they sent it. And I'm just trying to think who won it. Oh, it's Carissa or Tyler Wright. I'm gonna go with Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler beat Carissa in the final. Vaughan, well done, mate.
Yes,
Um,
I'm back.
yeah, it was the beginning. There had been some specialty events at Pipe, women's specialty events,
Yeah.
or specialty exhibition heats.
Exhibition heats.
Yeah.
I think I remember one that Steph Gilmore won.
Yep.
And she got like a good score. She got a proper nice little backdoor nugget.
She got a backdoor gem.
And yeah, good stuff. But now it's for the girls. We know that.
Question 16. Who beat newly crowned world champ Gabriel Medina in the final in 2014 and also claimed the Triple Crown that same day?
I got this one. I know who this is because I remember this world title race clearly. It was the first time we really motivated and mobilised the Swellian army to get in behind an Aussie world title campaign, and it was Joycey. Khan Joycey, Bonsoy, frothy McFroth face Joycey. He lost the world title. It went all the way to pipe, and they were going the old heat for heat thing. But once Gabe made the semis, it was a done deal. But Joycey got the sweet revenge by doing a bit of a snake paddle in the last minutes of the final. Get a nice little nug, full blown, gut spewer, covered in Bonsoy froth as he comes out with his arms up in the air, and that was cool, man. That was a good way to finish the year after sort of having to suffer the disappointment of losing the world title to his arch nemesis, Medina.
Got that little consolation prize, and it's a
Pipe
great,
Masters.
a great prize too, isn't it?
Well, a pipe CT win is you are in the pantheon of the greats. You're rubbing shoulders with the gods. So huge for Joycey Wilson, legend.
Question 17. Was Molly Picklam's 10 in last year's semi-finals collected at backdoor or pipe?
It was a pipe.
Sure
But
was.
Smithy was there, and he reckons her first wave in the final, I think, or maybe one of her nines was a way heavier wave and a way bigger commitment. The pipe wave was just surfed so well because of the drama. Super late drock, just swings it in, grabbing the rail, just gets so funneled and just out into the channel with the steezy hands, the little magic fingers. But yeah, Smithy was saying that day when you were on the beach was thick and heavy, and some of the waves he saw Betty Lou and Molly sort of trade on the back door was insane.
Really amazing forehand tube riding from like a pretty solid cast of surfers on the women's tour. But when it comes to backhand tube riding, Molly's got it. She's better than anyone at it. She gets so low. You can make comparisons technique-wise. You can tell she's watched a lot of John. But yeah, that wave was just so dreamy and perfect. Glad it got stamped, and I felt like probably Katie and Betty Lou should have probably taken a 10-point ride home from that event as well.
True.
Because it was just like, just throw it out there. How many opportunities do you get? You should be reflecting on that day going, that was a 10, that was a 10, and that Molly's wave was definitely a 10.
It's a good question. Might throw this out to one of the Surf Stats crew, but how many backside tubes have got 10s in women's pro surfing? Because I can think of two. That's the Molly one at Pipe and the Erin Brooks one at the Challenger Series in the final against Isabella Nichols last year behind the Rocket Snapper. So you got two women who know how to park it.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. But just 10-point rides, there's not enough of them. You miss the moment. Like you got to stamp those amazing moments with the the perfect score.
Have to.
And I think people will argue it all the time. 9.87 still a good score. It's just
what is surfing a wave perfectly? Like, come on, mate. Get into the story. That's what we're here to create. Stories and legends. Drop those 10s.
All right, question 18. Who is the only surfer that has won the Pipe Masters and world title on the same day since Adriano de Souza got it done in 2015?
Whoa. So only one surfer since Adriano has won the comp and the world title on the same day at Pipe.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Hope so.
Is it Italo Ferreira?
Yeah, you know it is. Italo.
Shaka-laka-laka.
And that was like the last big Pipe showdown. Gabriel Medina, Italo, being there and watching it unfold. For all the money in the world, like, you'd think Medina would get it done.
Do you think it was the Red Bull factor that got over the top of him? Because he was just that fizz to, try and get the first wave. And when he got it, it just delaminated Medina's whole final in a way. He just didn't get into that same headspace. got sick waves, surfed insane. But there were just those little telltale signs that he wasn't quite there. And Medina, how many times has he given up with time on the clock? But you could tell he was emotionally spent with, like, I don't know, was it a minute to go, 3 minutes to go? I think Strider or someone in the channel was going, hey, he's paddling past and he's emotional. Hectic.
Yeah.
But, like, Italo just snatched that one from right out of his grasp.
Amazing. One of the great pipe showdowns. And, you know, it was fitting. You know, it was definitely sort of solidified, you know, that Brazilian contender story. You know, bona fide world title threats, not just one, but multiple. And now they've got multiple world champions, and they don't seem to be slowing down. Vaughan, Italo gave it a good nudge last year at the finals as well.
And he looks pretty wild in the free surfs leading into this year. He'll be just a happy little pig with his little snout, just sniffing out wins and opportunities now that John and Gabe are gone. Incredible moment for Brazilian surfing. Two guys in the pipe final. Insane.
And for the others, challenging, probably a really big factor for them is the fact that the finals have moved to cloud break. That's going to bring them back into it a little more because it just felt like they were going to get wiped out.
Yep.
It was at Trestles again. All right, question 19, multiple choice. Former Pipe Masters champ B. Durbidge suffered a horror wipeout in 2015 and broke his A. pelvis, B. board, C. moose knuckle, or D. all of the above.
Where is the moose knuckle exactly? Because, like, that's his nickname, right? They always say
Not moose knuckle, but moose.
Oh, yeah, the moose.
He's got a moose call.
Yeah, he's got a moose call.
Yeah.
So did he...
Beat after he has a couple of beers, does this moose call. He's got...
It's like kind of like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They also call him Flip Top, you know,
That's right.
from the Reach commercials,
Yeah,
the toothbrush, because his mouth goes flat
when he
like that
laughs.
when he laughs.
He's a good man. He broke his pelvis.
Yeah.
Horrendous injury.
All of the above, actually.
Oh, was it?
Broke his board. I think his board broke into a few pieces.
Oh, so I was only 1/3 right.
Broke his pelvis, and I don't know where the moose knuckle is, but pretty sure he did some damage to it.
True.
But, yeah, it was a shocker wipeout.
Yeah.
Actually went and Joe Topel and I he was in hospital, you know, just in the lead up to Chrissy. I think he had to stay in hospital for a few weeks. We went and visited him in hospital, and he was just in so much pain, the poor bugger. He ripped all his he actually broke his six pack as well. He ripped all his abs off the bone. They had to be like reattached.
I didn't know abs were on a bone.
Yeah, well, whatever. He tore them, and he was bleeding internally. So he had a lot of work done in surgery. But he, in conversation, he didn't have much to offer, but he did say, "Have a look at me X-ray." His X-ray, because like all the blood had been bleeding, his ball bag filled up.
Oh, no.
And he just had this.
Oh.
You know those bouncy balls that with the ears that kids used to bounce around in school?
Yep.
That's what his bag looked like on the X-ray. It was just this faint outline. It was pretty impressive, actually.
And he's never come good.
Like I said, a broken moose
He's still
knuckle.
carrying those things around in a wheelbarrow or something?
Something like that. All right, question 20. Which
also,
go on.
A pipe CT winner.
Yeah.
That was in the question.
As mentioned.
Well done, Ron. You got your point back.
Question 20, our
This is
last
it.
for the day.
Okay.
It's a fun one. BONSOY is known for its extreme frothiness, great frothy qualities.
Yep.
Who is a 3-time pipe master, also known for his next level froth? We're going to play a little soundbite, see if you can pick who this is.
I tear up mostly when people reach their peak.
Well, it's the Swellian Shaman, isn't it? It's our spiritual leader, our North Star, our guiding light, our astral traveller, our cosmic warrior, the one and only TVC Froth Carroll.
Yep, Thomas Victor Carroll. I don't know what it is when I think about the Pipe CT event, Tom is the first person to come into my mind. I think probably because you and I were falling hard for surfing when Tom was claiming those Pipe Masters victories. Probably had a lot to do with that samurai helmet. But he is just a true pipe master. Remember they had that heritage heat too a few years back. It was probably around 2015, 2016. And Tom had a couple of amazing rides. He actually got a 9-point ride in that exhibition. Just amazing. His commitment to that wave.
Oh, without peer. And every now and again, you'll see like Surf Radio or, vintage surf clips or one of those Instagram accounts just put together a collage of his best pipe performances. And those 1990, 91, 92 sessions are so incredible. Like, he is riding the longest, knifiest Rawsons. They're just so long and thin and just, they're the wildest boards. And he is just completely attacking anything that comes near him. His bottom turns are done with so much conviction and drive and just absolute, like it's almost like Jerry, but just dose in the, I don't know, what is it? The intent, like
the mongrel, the competitive.
Yeah, the mongrel, the grit, and just the full blown aggression. Like, it's weird that he is the meditation master because there's something about his sort of like his approach to that wave that was matching the power. Not many people would even dream of trying to go at Pipeline. Well, he was going at it with as hard as it was coming at him, and it made for magic rides. And like the 10s that he was getting in those comps are dead set 10s today, which says a lot because a lot of 10s don't age that well. But yeah, there's ones where he's just coming through chamber after chamber, getting blown out so hard, and then just ripping this 7.6 through the most angular, acute cutty. Like, how? Just thunder thighs Carroll, putting the fly's eye through a full workover. Things must have been busting out either side and just scaring people all over the place as he walked up the beach.
Mate, yeah, magic. Yeah, I stayed with Tom in his last few years where he was still on pipe. I was lucky enough to stay with him, and he was. I can't believe how committed he was to pipe still at that point. This is a decade after he's retired from the tour, and he was probably a good 15 years after his retirement, and he was getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe earlier, doing all these yoga, getting stretched up, limbering up, and just sprinting out of the house to be out at pipe for that moment where you can see just enough to go that first set wave.
Yeah.
Man, just amazing.
Oh, well, that was fun, dog. Real fun. I'm going to give us both a big green tick for that episode. Good to be back. Good to see BONSOY BRAINZO back.
Oh, BONSOY. It's the only, it was the only soy ever worth drinking. A lot of goods now on the in the family, the BONSOY family. Yep. They got the almond milk, the oat milk, the sparkling coconut water.
The kombucha.
Oh, you've got half of that in your lap.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the soy milk for me. Like, you know me. I went off dairy years ago. But for soy milk, it doesn't taste like just dirt in your coffee. It's the only one you can go with.
And just as a last little treat, dog, we're going to post online a bonus question. And if someone DMs us the answer, first one or the most creative one, I don't know what the rules will be just yet, but they're going to win a pair of BONSOY socks because the socks are just as comfy. Well, as comfy as the milk.
They go down well.
They're really good. So stay tuned for that, Swellians. But, Doggy, enjoy the pipe comp.
I'm going to.
It's going to be fun.
You got a hot tip? Who's your pick?
Who did I put in my picks that I was really excited about was... Well, I've got Erin Brooks as my women's winner. I think she'll go back-to-back with 2 pipe wins in the same sort of season. I think for the men's, I'm going to back in Ryan Callanan. I just think that it's a big year for the lone Australian goof with that cloud break carrot to make a really huge effort for that top 5. Like, this is the year. If he wants to do it, he's so good. And I'd love to see him kick it off with a pipe win.
That's a mad dark horse pick.
Mad dark horse pick, but I'm going with my heart, not my head. Snake Lip said to me, pick with your head and not your heart, and you'll be right. And I said, mate, I'd rather go down in a pile of flames than pick with me head. And he said, all right, see you at the bottom of the Snake Tails tipping comp.
The Snake Tails fantasy surfing tipping comp.
Ain't as well as one too. Blitzed, pure tour nerdism.
Oh,
sign up.
Get on it. What's the prize for a victory in that?
$2,000 Billabong voucher.
Wow.
Yeah. Get on it, Swellians.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Mate, thank you to Bonsoy.
Let's go get a couple of soy caps, eh?
Let's do it. See you next time for the Bonsoy BRAINZO.
Mind, calm, engaged.